I'm Juliana Rancic here in the E! Newsroom with this breaking news. Family and friends are paying their last respects to TV icon Farrah Fawcett today at a private memorial service being held in downtown LA. Let's go out now to Jason Kennedy. He is on the scene. Jason.
Juliana, live shots outside of the Cathedral of Our Lady of the Angels. Just moments ago before we went live, probably about 10 motorcycle police officers from the LAPD escorted the black hearse right there. And throughout the day, over the better part of the hour, we have seen friends and family of Farrah Fawcett arrive here. Very first person, and very fitting, I might say. Alana Stewart, her best friend, arrived here at about 2:50. One of Farrah's friends that was with her by her bedside when she died. Then moments after that, Ryan O'Neal, Farrah's longtime lover, who was also there when she passed away, arrived. No sign of her son yet, Redmond O'Neal. Other people that are here, actor Ernie Husband from Ghostbusters, Kate Jackson from Charlie's Angels arrived at about 3:30. One mourner actually brought a life-size photo of her very famous and iconic red bathing suit pose into the cathedral right there. Again, live shots outside of the Cathedral of Our Lady of the Angels, where in about 20 minutes or so the funeral is set to take place. It is a closed private service, not open to the public. It seats about 3,000 people in there. Basically, people will arrive. There's a gentleman in the front there with a list. He will check their name off to make sure nobody tries to get in there. And the media presence here is pretty remarkable. Hundreds of crews from around the world are across the street lining up here to capture this moment as Farrah Fawcett is celebrated.
Now, Jason, Farrah's son Redmond was not by her side when she passed away, sadly. Has he shown up yet? Because I know he's been granted temporary release from jail to attend this service. Any sign of Redmond?
No sign here at the Mass right now. He is in a LA County drug treatment program, basically. He's there because of a probation violation, but the judge allowed him to be here for the funeral today, but no sign of him, so it's unclear if he's inside at this point. But everybody that does arrive has to basically come right in front of our cameras, and we have not seen him at this time, so maybe in the next 15 minutes or so before the funeral begins.
Jason, any word on who's delivering the eulogy?
At this point, we still don't know that. It is unclear who will be delivering that eulogy, but other people expected to be here besides Kate Jackson, possibly Jaclyn Smith from Charlie's Angels, Cheryl Ladd, who replaced Farrah on Charlie's Angels, Redmond O'Neal, like I said, her son, Tatum O'Neal, Ryan's daughter. And, you know, I keep thinking back, Juliana, and I know you saw this video too last Thursday when Farrah passed away, just the image of Ryan O'Neal talking to the photographers and the paparazzi outside of the hospital in Santa Monica. He was basically the one giving the media updates on how she was doing, on her progress, and then that one day on Thursday pulling out of the hospital saying, quote, Farrah is gone. A very touching moment. He's really been in charge of a lot of this, or arranging what's going to be taking place today, but they are not really releasing a lot of information, so we don't know who is delivering that eulogy at this time.
Jason, we've been checking in with you throughout the hour. It's been quite quiet before now. It seems like there is some action happening behind you. What have you noticed that is happening behind you there? I see a group of gentlemen came out and a lot of security and the hearse. What exactly have you seen that's maybe different now than maybe 10 or 15 minutes ago?
Well, when we got here about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, we saw the normal flowers and different things being brought inside of the cathedral for this funeral. And then we saw the priest and some of the altar boys walk in about 15, 20 minutes ago. And just more activity in terms of police presence. They are on guard. They are all over this place. They actually just arrested a gentleman who was driving erratically in front of us, screeching his brakes. So they're not dealing with anything. People, if they cross these specific barriers that they've set to the left and the right of where our camera is, they will arrest you. And it's really not something where I see a lot of fans, because they're not letting fans get very close to the entrance of the cathedral. It's just more so police and family and friends that are here to celebrate her life. And a little backstory on this, if you're just joining us, you know, Farrah's personal struggles with cancer, they were chronicled on NBC for the special Farrah's Story documentary. She never married Ryan O'Neal. He was hoping to marry her, even proposed to her on her deathbed. On
her deathbed, which was so interesting. And I see him behind you right now, Jason. If you can turn around and take a quick look at Ryan O'Neal. We're watching as at any moment now the funeral for Farrah Fawcett will begin, and here comes her casket now, coming out of the
Ryan
hearse as you
O'Neal
see
among
it.
the many pallbearers at the funeral right now. An emotional moment. You're watching it live right here on E as they bring the casket, Farrah Fawcett, inside the cathedral right now.
This is the very first shot we are seeing of this. Many people were wondering when the casket was going to arrive. Some people had speculated that possibly it was already inside, and now we're finding out just about 11 minutes before the funeral is set to begin, Farrah Fawcett's casket does arrive at the Catholic Cathedral in downtown Los Angeles, where everyone is bidding
About
farewell
nine,
to the 62-year-old
yeah, Juliana, about 9
former
gentlemen or
Charlie's
so.
Angels. Go ahead, Jason.
Sorry to cut you off there, but about 9 gentlemen bringing the casket inside of the cathedral right there. Among them, like you said, Ryan O'Neal. And a lot of people, they thought they were married, but they never really were married.
No.
Farrah's only husband was Lee Majors, but they never had any children.
That's right. And Ryan O'Neal was her longtime love, whom she has a son with. Is that Redmond right there, Jason? Or have you seen Redmond at all?
Juliana, I still do not see Redmond O'Neal, to be honest with you, at this time. And it's just one of those things where there is another entrance towards the back. They could have snuck him in there, but this is the main entrance to the cathedral, and it starts in another 5 to 10 minutes, so
Yes.
there's probably a large possibility that he's already inside there at this moment.
That's right. He might have gone in a different way than everyone else and maybe not made such a public entrance as a couple of the other guests did. But I believe that if you were to drive yourself, you park underground. There's the parking structure there at the cathedral. But if you're being dropped off by a limousine, as some of those people were, then of course you go in the front way there. Well,
Exactly. And Juliana, Ryan O'Neal, he released a statement moments after Farrah's passing, and I want to read that. It says, "After a long and brave battle with cancer, our beloved Farrah has passed away. Although this is an extremely difficult time for her family and her friends, we take comfort in this beautiful time that we shared with Farrah over the years, and the knowledge that her life brought joy to so many people around the world." That again from Ryan O'Neal. Kate Jackson, her co-star in Charlie's Angels, said, "I will miss Farrah every day." And then Jacqueline Smith saying now she has peace as she rests with the real angels. Very touching statement right there.
all right, Jason, thank you so much. We'll check in with you in just a bit. And for the very latest and full coverage of Farrah's funeral, be sure to tune in to E! News tonight at 7 and 11:30.